Hello Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the week of January 2 through 15, 2024. I hope you have a happy new year. If you are returning to this channel, welcome back. It's good to have you back again. And if you are viewing this channel for the first time, welcome. It's good to have you here. Please, if you do like these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a like, and maybe leaving a comment so that this increases the visibility of this channel, which is actually fairly new. This is a reading for you if you are Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, or have some other significant Taurus placement in your chart. Okay. So I did want to also mention those of you who have made donations to me at the PayPal link that I have below in the description box. I just want to say thank you very much. Of course, obviously no one's obliged to donate. But if you feel compelled to, and if you have been compelled to in the past and you have done so, I just want to say thank you to you for that. And also just want to point out that in the description box is also my link to liminalreiki.com, which is my website. The business is now actually called Transition Life Coaching, but this is my coaching business that I do to help people move through transitions, especially when they're in the gap with regard to whatever it is. It could be could have suffered a recent loss, could have gone, undergoing a move and dealing with difficulties, could be at a stage in life where you're just redefining yourself. In any case, if you feel like that might be a service that you would be interested in, I do actually do a massive life path reading at the beginning of these that it's somewhat expensive, but it actually, you're literally getting like 4 or 5 readings in one in about 3 hours worth of stuff, plus a Reiki session. So quite a lot is included. So check that out if you think that might interest you. That's down in the description. Okay. Just if you've not had these readings with me before, just to let you know how I do this, I do a horoscope spread using the astrological houses, which I feel covers more territory than then doing perhaps focusing just on a love reading or on just a career reading. And I use cartouche cards, which are an Egyptian system. And I clarify with tarot. This week's tarot for clarification is the Barbara Walker Tarot. And I will clarify, give a kind of an overall with an oracle at the end. And the oracles that I'm going to use this week is the Norse runes. So, so let's see what we've got for you this week, this 2 weeks. And by the way, yes, this is a 2-week block again. That's because I'm going to be traveling and I want to have these ready to go when I go away, because I'm not really going to be able to do readings. I'm not going to have all my setup and everything to do readings while I'm away. So I would rather do them, rather get it done a little bit in advance. And then that way, after January 15th, I can actually go back to doing weekly readings. Okay, so Taurus, right now you have, in the first house, you have, which is the Aries house, you have air and the 6 of Swords. So I feel like you are moving away from some kind of anxiety, okay? This is the house of how you present yourself to others. So there's a friendliness to air. There's a detachment. I think you're kind of, Taurus, you tend to be very, very slow, very plodding, and very, you're an earth sign, okay? So you tend to be very reliable, very down to earth, very practical, patient, well, not always patient, but, because I'm a Taurus, and I can say I'm not always patient. Moving slow. But this is energy of movement. I mean, this is the energy of 6 of Swords is moving away from anxiety and moving more into a space of accepting things for what they are, maybe rather than how you want them to be. And air, yeah, there's definitely a sense of detachment with air. Now, of course, if you're Taurus, you've got Uranus moving through your chart for a number of years. It started, I think, in 2018. I could be wrong. I know Taurus crossed over my sign, which is quite early in Taurus, in 2019. So if you have been Taurus, your nice, methodical, planning, slow, it has all been like thrown to the wind. You've been, it's a lot of stuff is blown up if you've got, right now, if you're a Taurus. So this may be part of this sense of like, okay, whatever, I'm going to stop being anxious. I'm going to stop worrying about things. I'm just going to detach and let things be what they are. And if you're not feeling that way, this might be what it's advising you to do. Okay. So now we've got the second house. Okay, Taurus, this is money, possessions, and so forth. Wow, you've got water with the 10 of Cups. So there could be money coming in from family with the 10 of Cups. That has a strong family vibe to it. Now, sometimes this means money coming in and going out again just as fast, because water is a flow card. But with the Ten of Cups, I feel like there's a sense of satisfaction and completion here. So I feel like it instead is going to be a wish granted with regard to money, and that a stuck money situation is going to start moving again. So I feel like that's very good news for you, Taurus, if some of your angst that you've had recently has been over finances, which again is not uncommon. When you're a Taurus, you always want to know, you always want to plan ahead and always want to know where the next check is coming from. You want to know where the next where your money's going to be in 6 months and a year, and I feel like that may not have been the case recently. So there's definitely this sense of there's this. I mean, they're calling this the card of salvation here. So it seems like something is definitely going to save you financially here in the beginning of January. And again, Ten of Cups could have to do with family. It doesn't have to, but sometimes, sometimes that's the connection there. Okay, third house, this is Gemini energy. This is messages, could have to do with sibling relationships, self-employment, and also with short journeys. And again, it's messages of all kinds. So you have Lotus with the Prince of Wands. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you may have had some, if you are in your own business, maybe you've had some anxiety about this recently with Lotus. There's a need to calm the mind. There's a restlessness here with this card. This is a card of being, fired up and ready to move ahead. Though there may be some things to consider before you jump, look before you leap is always the way it is with the Knights. There's a lot of excited energy to move ahead. The Pages, of course, are that new enthusiasm of a new project. When you get to the Knights or the Princes, as it is case it may be in these readings, there's definitely this sense of wanting to jump ahead and rush into something. But and it could be, again, there could even be a communication that's maybe made you a little anxious, and you're saying, oh, I got to take action on this right now. But I feel like there may be a reason to stop and think first. Again, with Lotus, you want to find your center. You don't want to act out of insecurity, and you may not necessarily want to act impulsively. I mean, the time for this reading is post Mercury retrograde. But Mercury takes a little time to get going again after it's been in its retrograde phase, where everything does get slowed down. Communications, electronics get screwed up, travel gets screwed up. So, I feel like, again, there's a lot of energy, a lot of new year energy to want to move forward. But I also think, you want to make sure you ground yourself out, maybe take some time to meditate to figure out where you're going first. So... so take that as it resonates. It's going to be obviously in a general reading, the things I'm saying, the different aspects are going to apply to different people in different ways. So here at fourth house, we've got Cancer energy. This is your home, your family, your sense of security. Sometimes has to do with the mother. Okay, you've got Sphinx with the King of Pentacles. Okay, so this King of Pentacles is, again, there's a strong financial thing. This could be a male presence, doesn't have to be, could just be somebody who's an earth sign, who's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Could be you in that case as well. This generally, King of Pentacles generally comes up when somebody's starting their own business, maybe they're working out of their home, or being very, very successful with something. There could be a family element, again, seeing this Ten of Cups over here. Maybe somebody in the family is gonna help with some aspect of what you're doing. I don't know, but the King of Pentacles definitely is a good financial omen, and it definitely brings some kind of security and stability in the house of security and stability, but it's a male energy rather than a female one. But so it brings, it's like some earth is being brought to the water house there. Although it's interesting because you have the water in the earth house, and now you've got earth in the water house. So yeah, I think this has to do with flow and movement of things. Now with Sphinx, this could indicate somebody keeping a secret of some kind, or maybe indicating that you are keeping something to yourself. You may be waiting and seeing how something goes, before you make any bold moves or move ahead. So I don't know. So there's something definitely connected to this that is, there's some kind of secrets here, or secrecy going on. In any case, the advice that Sphinx often gives is just, watch, wait, and see. Because it may be a situation where you don't have all the information about something, but you do have it with this King of Pentacles. So to me, I don't know. I just feel like, there may be some situations here, especially since I'm seeing Seth as the center card, which I get to last. But I feel like that is, I feel like there have been worries about stability and security here. Like you may be feeling like, okay, there's information I don't have, you know, or I can't move ahead because I need to hang on to my money or something. There's some kind of a thing here. And this is saying that, you know, relief is most definitely coming. But I feel like this may be where you're reluctant to make a move ahead at this point because you still may be worried overall about how things are going. Okay, 5th house, this is Leo energy, okay? And you've got the Leo card in this house too, which is interesting, which is Horus. And this has to do with creativity, children, love affairs, things like that. And Horus potentially could have to do with any one of those things because Horus is a card of family, but it's also a card of creativity and creative work. So if you have been looking to work on a creative project or get something done, Horus is a great omen here. It's saying that you're going to be able to, be able to achieve something that you've been working on, or you'll be inspired to do that work. If you're talking about a love affair, this could be, this is somebody who has charisma, somebody who's very attractive. Could even be somebody who's potentially been a friend and now maybe is looking more interesting as a love prospect. That may be the case for some of you. Horus can have to do with children too. After all, Horus is the divine child. So there may be a child who is in the spotlight in some way. Now, of course, you have it with the 9 of Swords, which is mental cruelty. So I feel like there's some worries around, again, one of these things. But the fact that it's coming up with Horus suggests to me that whatever you're worried about, this is more something you're more worried about what if this happens rather than the reality of the situation. That may be why you have the 6 of Swords here. Look at things for how they really are. See what things for what they really are. I feel like that's sort of the overall tone of advice here so far. Don't let yourself get stuck in an area of mental worry about. Again, you'll know which one of these things applies to you, but there's some situation here where there's a lot of attractiveness, charisma, good health, good family relations, creativity. I mean, the whole 9 yards is here, and there may be some worries about that. But I just feel like the presence of Horus means no, this is more something that you're worried about, but you're going to see how this comes out okay in the end. There could be something financial about it too, especially seeing this idea of salvation over here. So maybe it's a creative project you're trying to make money on. I don't know. So we'll see what happens there. 6th house. Okay, this is about your health. It can be about worry and anxiety. This is the Virgo house. And it can also have to do with job if you're employed. This could be about your job. And it can also be about domestic animals in some cases. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Bast card. Okay, and again, we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles in this reading. So there could be, there seems to be concerns around security, money, comfort, having things. So yeah, so seeing this card here, seeing this in the house related to the home and seeing this in the house of worry, I feel like, yeah, there has been some money anxiety, but the presence of the King and Queen of Pentacles, well, not only does it suggest financial security, but it also suggests perhaps there's a coupling here. Like it could be, not necessarily a love relationship, but it could be a business partnership. It could be somebody you collaborate with, or that helps you get things, that helps you achieve that stability or achieve your goals in that fashion. Now with the Bast card, Bast again, there's this idea of socializing, of getting out there. Like don't hide away from people. That may be another element of air here. Communicate, be friendly, be out there, be visible. But if there's a health matter going on, now again, I'm not, just clarify, I don't do health readings. I'm not, this is not a medical diagnosis, but it is quite possible for some of you that you are experiencing some psychosomatic kind of symptoms, like maybe you're getting headaches, maybe you're getting stomach aches or something like that. Or other kinds of fatigue, and Bast would suggest that you need to take the mental pressure off. I mean, we saw that over here with Lotus as well. So you may need to take some time out to relax, maybe to meditate, take a long bath, do something to just kind of ease your stress level, because I feel like whatever's going on with you, it's because you're feeling stressed out that you may be having certain symptoms. But again, I'm not a doctor, so if you're having severe symptoms, don't just say, oh, well, the reader said it was just stress. So I would definitely, get it checked out. But it does seem like there's a propensity there, potential for, that need for almost psychosomatic healing in some fashion. Okay, Seventh house is Libra energy, and this has to do with partnerships, committed partnerships. So marriages, more legalized business partnerships, things like that. You have Six of Pentacles with Isis. So, okay. So this almost feels like Isis has a strong mother vibe to it. There's mother energy here. And the Six of Pentacles is, really somebody providing support. So this could be somebody providing support in a business relationship. Now, maybe it's someone's mother. I don't know. But I feel like with this here, this could also just be an energy of somebody who is compassionate and perhaps has very mothering type energy. I mean, Isis to me is a little bit more connected to Pisces energy, maybe even Cancer energy. So, and in Cartouche, Isis, excuse me, is interpreted as having strong motherly energy. So, but this is also a card of intuition, of patiently persevering with something. I don't know, but this is the card of, they call this the card of charity. So I do feel like there's this idea of sharing or having enough to share, and you have it with this Queen of Pentacles next to this. So I don't know, there's somebody coming in. This person could be you, it could be somebody else. And again, with this Salvation card over here, there could just be somebody in your partnerships, somebody maybe who is very compassionate and caring, who's going to be helping you out financially with something. That is possible. Now, if you're married or if you're in a certain kind of a situation like that, again, it still could be you, or it could be your partner who receives this kind of help. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like when this card comes up, I always feel like there's, you have enough and then have enough to share. So this may be you. If you feel like you don't have enough, then maybe somebody is going to be sharing with you. Somebody who cares very deeply about you, or is interested in nurturing whatever you is. Or it could just be an investor who really buys into something that you're doing. So yeah, take that as it resonates. Eighth house is Scorpio energy, and this is a house of transformation. So this is about major changes, and it's about, transformations, other people's money. And darn it, we have the Empress here again. We have it with the Crook and Flail. So yeah, the Crook and Flail to me financially would imply something of more of a legal or official nature. Now, as a general piece of transformational advice, this would be saying to be confident, be visible, be seen, be the authority that you are, have some self-discipline in the things that you're doing, okay? On whatever your path forward is and whatever changes are going on with you right now, this is the best way to be. Now, the Empress, you are Taurus, so this is also your energy. So yeah, there's definitely this strong sense that you are going to be stepping into your power with something, that you are indeed the, you're definitely about to enter a phase of abundance. There's a whole lot about material abundance here. So I feel like, yeah, you're going to, looks like there's going to be financial support from somewhere else, possibly help. But the fact that I'm seeing the Empress here, the Empress is also the card of the mother again. So for somebody, their mother's involved. I don't know what or how, but there's somebody's mother is involved somewhere, because we see this King of Pentacles in the mother house. We see this family card over here in the second house of salvation financially. We have the Six of Pentacles with Isis, which is the mother card over here. And then we have the Empress again in the house of other people's money. So I don't know. That's very strong message for somebody. And if it doesn't have to do with your mother, then there's definitely this strong reassurance that you are going to be financially supported in some way. So yeah, no, interesting. Okay, now the ninth house, Sagittarius energy. Sorry, Taurus, I had to stop that video for a minute and plug in because I've forgotten that I was quite low on battery. So anyway, we'll continue. These will end up being merged together in the final version. Okay, Sagittarius energy. This is the ninth house. This has to do with expansion, long distance travel, and also with just expansion of thought. Could be higher education, so colleges and universities if you're a student or thinking about going back to college. Could be just deeper thought, religious institutions, spiritual institutions, things where you're thinking very much more deeply about deeper questions other than the more superficial things that we talk about here in the third house. And wow, you've got Ankh with the World. Okay, So to me, this is definitely an omen of long distance travel for somebody. Somebody is abroad, and I don't know, something real happy is happening abroad here. You've got this Ankh card. So I feel like there's going to be either a situation that's brought to a successful conclusion, or with the World, actually I feel like there's a chapter that ends successfully and a new one starting, because the World to me literally is, even though it's not considered to be the card of Sagittarius, I do feel like it is about a broadening of horizons. So this is literally what it's about. Like, World often comes up when we are traveling, because obviously, yeah, you think about traveling the world, right? I mean, it doesn't have to literally be traveling the world, but traveling at some distance. And with the Ankh, I don't know, there's going to be either a deep love of knowledge, philosophy, wisdom. Maybe there's going to be a great desire to go back to school. Maybe you're going to want to go far away to go to school or go abroad. I don't know. There could be something like that. Or there could just be some kind of situation. Maybe some people are going to find love abroad. I don't know. But you've got the Ankh here with the World. So I feel like this is going to be, there's a lot of achievement and accomplishment coming with this. So yeah, something is happening here, either with higher ed for some people or something connected to a long journey. So take that as it resonates. But yeah, you've got quite a few things here that just seem to be pointing to this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, wow, that's very strong in the Sagittarius house there. So I don't know. I feel like, yeah, you're either really hot and going back to school, learning something new, or you're going to be taking a long trip, and whatever happens with that, I just feel like it's going to be very successful and very happy is what I feel. So yeah, take that as it resonates. But regardless of which area it applies to, I mean, it could even just be you're going on a religious retreat that makes you feel good. I mean, or that makes you feel in touch with yourself. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities there. So take it as it resonates. Okay, Capricorn, this is the 10th house. This is about your fame, career, reputation, potentially the father for some people. You know, we have the mother house just opposite. This is the father house. Okay, so you've got the Ace of Wands with Hathor. All right, so for some of you, now if you're a woman watching this reading, Hathor is definitely strong feminine energy with regard to business, like a businesswoman who's got it together. Although, of course, again, there could be this mother energy associated with this as well, because Hathor, to me, like Isis, because it has energies connected to the Empress, it could have to do with that. But I find that in the houses dealing with career and fame and reputation, that this is more about you just being recognized for the talents that you have. Now, if it's a man watching this reading, then Hathor could indicate that you are working in an area that is maybe, you know, more Venus oriented. So if you had a 10th house Venus in your astrological chart, that might mean that you're interested in things that have to do with beauty. So you could be an artist, you could be a musician, you could be a fashion designer, you could be, you know, an esthetician, you know, dealing with, or a hairdresser or something like that. Like there's just something strong having to do with that more Venus type vibe there. But it can also just indicate somebody who's just very strong, very organized, and has all of the best feminine attributes and qualities. So, you know, person who knows when to move forward and when to take action. But definitely wherever Hathor shows up, there's a very strong motivation to lay down roots and to plant seeds and to make things good and abundant. And you have it with the Ace of Wands. So yeah, the Ace of Wands is wow. So there's a lot of passion here connected to your career. Like there's some new start coming that's just going to really light a fire under everything. So I don't know. The fact that it's showing up in the 10th house. So yeah, maybe you're going to finally be very much recognized for something that you're doing, or maybe you're just going to be supercharging your career. I mean, we have the Prince of Wands down here in terms of self-employment. So if you are in your own business, maybe this means your business is going to get a great shot in the arm, or you're going to be just very inspired to do something different this new year. So yeah, that's a very strong and powerful energy. You've got both what I feel is like earth and fire in your Capricorn house there. So very interesting. 11th house is Aquarius energy. So this has to do with your friendships, networks, hopes and wishes, things like that. Okay, you've got Ta with the 9 of Wands. So this is interesting. 9 of Wands to me has to do with either being tired, putting up boundaries. This could be, yeah, I feel like there's something that's happening in this time period where I feel like you're working very, very hard at something, and you know, you may be trying to push through to the finish line to get something done. And so you're really yeah, like you seem to be very, very focused on your work. Like this is the thing you want to get done. This could have to do with a male friend too. I mean, because Tathor has strong female energy, Ta has strong male energy. This is about building something. So I don't know. I feel like there's going to be people in your networks maybe who are helping you build something or help you move towards something. But there's a strong feeling here of maybe working things out more on your own, like trying to chip away at something, trying to get, being motivated to get something done, to get some kind of a stress or a drain on your energy, to get rid of it. This could also be sometimes a male friend or a male person who, I mean, Ta's usually the finer qualities of masculinity, but with this card, there could be somebody who's a drain on your energy, who maybe you need a break from. I don't know. I mean, again, take it as it resonates. It's not going to be the same for everybody, but that Nine of Wands definitely shows it's like this wounded warrior energy. So you may be dealing with a friend who is sort of very intensely maybe putting up boundaries, or maybe doing something because maybe they're focused on their work, or maybe they just don't, they for some reason they feel like they need to hide or to defend themselves in some way. I don't know, take it as it resonates, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like, okay, what's coming into my mind is that this could be a person who maybe is behaving in a way where maybe you feel like they're pulling back or whatever, but it may just be saying, you might want to take it easy on this person, because I feel like they're still trying to build something. Like they may be trying to heal from something. When you see this is somebody who is worn out by something and is on the verge of making a change, but maybe isn't quite there yet. So yeah, take that as it resonates. 12th house. Okay, this is Pisces energy. This is what you don't know, what you're not seeing about a situation, and what might be hidden even from you. Okay, and what you might be afraid of. So we have the Princess of Wands. I have to be careful how I show these because these have a lot of I don't marker out the body parts on these. So we've got the Princess of Wands. Like we've also got the Prince of Wands here, and then we've got Anubis. So Anubis, okay, for some of you, this is the house of foreign travel. So Anubis could indicate foreign travel. But Anubis here really, okay, the more general reading of Anubis in the 12th house is that you are not delusional. Like literally that's the message. And it's funny because the 6 of Swords comes up in the 1st house. Like there's this determination to see things as they are, like to detach and look at the big picture. And Anubis is saying that you are not unconsciously feeding yourself rubbish. You're not lying to yourself on something. Like you're seeing a situation very, very clearly. But when you have it with this Page of Wands, Page of Wands has to do with this very, very powerful new beginnings and messages that are coming in. And there may be a whole lot of energy that's going into something, but there may be a fear as to whether or not this is going to get past the initial stages of something. But Anubis is a guide. So I feel like whatever struggles you might be dealing with right now, whether they're financial, whether they have to do with a relationship, whether they have to do with a family thing, you are going to move ahead. There's definitely a sense of being able to move ahead here, and not to be afraid, because Anubis is the guide through that unconscious space. So you will become aware of the things that you need to and be able to overcome those fears. Now, overall, Taurus, you've got Seth. So I feel like things have been kind of chaotic for you lately, especially with Sirius here. And again, I got this for Aries as well. There's a sense of needing to get out of your comfort zone, to do something different. Sirius is about being innovative. Could be things that are physically, draining or taxing or trying. In fact, when I look at this 11th house card number 9 in the 11th house, this defense card, you just may be, in trying to reach your goals, you may be kind of worn out. You may be tired. You may need a break. And, but there's a need to do something different here. And you've got it with the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Cups over here as your overall cards. You got Morgan here on this 10 of Swords, which is interesting. But yeah, so there's definitely the sense that there's something that's been taking up your time and energy that's coming to an end. And you want to make sure in this situation that you are focusing on the positive and not on the negative. 4 of Cups here, yeah, that's oftentimes we got to watch out for missed opportunities. We could be restless, bored, dissatisfied. But I feel like something here is coming to an end. Like whatever this is that has been an obstacle or block is finally going to end. And with this 4 of Cups, make sure that you are actually, looking at what the benefits are here, and not the not focused on what you don't have. Usually with this card, now this one is showing like the dance of Salome kind of thing on this card, but I feel like when that card shows up, like there's an opportunity being handed to us, but because we're so focused on the things that we think we don't have, or on one way of looking at things, that we don't actually we're not actually seeing the opportunities that are there. So don't miss an opportunity, I think, is what this is saying. There's going to be something that's held out to you. Okay, so overall, Taurus, let's just see. It seems like you've been a bit stressed out. So let's just do the runes. Okay, what does Taurus need to know from January 2nd to 15th, 2024, in that time period? What is the message? Wow. Okay, you got the blank rune. Okay. So when the blank rune comes up, it's like anything is possible. Actually, I want to draw a second one with that, because that's kind of like you could achieve everything and nothing. It's that kind of energy. Okay, so you've got Nauthiz here. So this is the rune of constraints, which I think makes sense here. So yeah, I think this actually goes along perfectly with these two cards. There's this sense of constraint. There's strong Saturn energy associated with Nauthiz. It's just this sense of, tells you not to take the world personally. That's one aspect of it. But it also just suggests that sometimes limitations are in place for a reason. And right now, though, the sky's the limit in terms of possibilities. I mean, it's almost anything could happen here with the blank rune. So I feel like you're really kind of in the gap right now. But I'm definitely seeing this sense of salvation. There's something strongly around family for somebody. Family, potentially the mother for someone. Definitely possibilities, expanding your horizons, whether you're actually going abroad, which does seem to be indicated for at least some people, or whether you are just deciding to, enhance your education or move beyond in some other way. There's definitely this sense, again, like I saw with Aries, of moving out of your comfort zone here. So, yeah, so it seems like it's going to be, you might be feeling some challenges and some struggles at the start, but there definitely looks to me like everything is going to come together in a great way, and that you're going to have a chance to expand your horizons in some way. So, so that's it for this first couple weeks of January, Taurus. And I think I said at the beginning that I'm doing the 2 weeks because I'm going to be away. Haha, funny, I'm Taurus and I'm traveling, right? But it's, and so I want to make sure I have these readings in, and I will resume weekly readings after January 15th. So I hope you all have had a great New Year, and will do remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you do find that this reading has been helpful to you. And Happy New Year. We'll see you in the next one.